Hey guys, go to hardafseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We are currently live in over 300 stores in Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and the Outer Banks in North Carolina. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinking Bros, kids. Got one of my favorites on the show today. I'm actually a gigantic fan of yours.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Here's how much of a fan I am of yours. I don't even know your name. I don't even know your real name.
You just know the
I've
tagline.
followed you. Yes.
Yeah.
I've followed you on Instagram for so many years now at this point. I thought it was just your last name, Durena.
Just like that was one thing smashed together.
Durena.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, man. That must be something fun and flirty in his culture or something like that.
In his culture?
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have one black guy on here a month, and you're obviously our quota this month. Yeah. So I was like, maybe that's what it is.
And you did show up 15 minutes late, too, which is on brand.
I can't let my people down. I'm surprised you knew that I'm black and not Latino. A lot of people think I'm Latino.
Well, that's the thing. With your name, I also thought there was a dash of Indian in there.
Indian?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
like a little
Durena.
curry powder.
Yeah.
A little curry spice.
Yeah,
little curry spice, but I just, every single video you have, it's follow me, you fucking idiots.
The boom.
And it's been 4 years like this, and you've developed such a massive following, and your videos are so disgusting.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this guy is ever in town, we've got to have him on the show. So if you don't know Drinkin' Bros that well, it opens, now YouTube doesn't know this.
Okay.
Patreon folks do know it, but we open with Hope Solo's asshole. It's very small. It's very quick. It's about 1/10 of a second, but every show opens up with Hope Solo's asshole on here.
Who's Hope Solo?
Okay, so she's a female goalie for the U.S. women's team.
Retired.
They won multiple World Cups.
She's retired, but her asshole is not retired.
Her asshole's still working, especially
Hall
for
of
you
Fame.
guys.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame asshole here.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so since you are here and you post the most disgusting videos in the world, which we love.
Yes.
And we'll get into how amazing you are as a stand-up here in a second. That's Hope Solo. I've got to know your thoughts on this. I've been dying to get your thoughts on this for years now.
I just like you're like up at night, like tossing and turning.
I could it's been just years of this, of like, what would he think of this? When a girl leads with a selfie of her asshole.
Yes.
What does that say about her? And Bob, please show him.
You don't know what
her
order
asshole.
she sent them in. But she did send this picture. There's no question about that.
The rumor was this is what she led with, okay?
Okay, this is like to her boyfriend or whoa.
Yes.
Tight bunger too, man. I don't know how much has gone to that bunger. It's not so tight that no finger's gone in, but maybe not a dick. Like at most a small butt plug.
I think if you go, so you should always consult your physician, right, to make sure your heart's healthy enough for sex. I learned that from ED medication on TV.
Sure did.
You should also consult your doctor about how many times you can get drilled in your butthole and still maintain your rectal integrity.
Oh, really?
I feel like the doctor should know, right? Like a proctologist.
It must be a lot because some porn stars are taking wild stuff in their bungs.
And you would think their liver would just fall the fuck out. Right?
Yeah. Well, you know Adriana Chetchik?
Yeah.
She did a triple anal scene. She did like 3 dicks in her butt at one time.
How do you stay hard? How do the other two guys stay hard?
Well, the middle dick is just getting jerked off by 2 dicks.
That's what's going on. He's in like a cock sandwich of cocks. It's like a triple-decker cock.
Well, it's like the double down from KFC.
I was just going to fucking say the double down.
Sorry.
It's literally, I was like, it's like the double down.
But how could you keep wood at that point? For me personally, It's a no-go. Look,
Oh, they're
I can't
using
even
that
go
Harvey
on top
Weinstein
of
injection,
each
bro.
other.
They're using that Harvey Weinstein injection. There's no way you're staying hard naturally like
They're
that.
like taking like, oh, what's the? Is this the triple
Is
anal?
this the triple?
that's just two,
your standard
that's two
DP.
holes getting fucked.
We get there.
That's all 3 holes. That's all 3 holes.
That's not
No,
Adriana.
no.
That's also
That's not her.
Adriana
Is this
Chechik.
somebody else?
Chechik.
Yeah.
Show the third dick then. Because this right now is
This
just
is
your
some girl
standard
getting
double
DP.
penny.
Yeah, this is just some chick just getting fucking drilled. But I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
It's fine, but it's not what we asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you to take the pickles off the sandwich at Chick-fil-A.
Well, it's a steak, but it's not a ribeye. You know what I
Fuck,
mean?
man. Either come with it or don't come with it today. We don't do that when guests are in the studio today. We get our porn videos right.
Also, Rob's not a porn star guy.
No,
He's not a porn star guy, but he is now going to fucking spend the rest of the show looking
for
at porn on
it.
his
Well,
own.
hang on. Go back to Hope Solo here real quick. Show the rest of those pics.
Yeah, we still
For Che, like, don't
Yeah, you
bury
gotta
the
show.
fucking
You
lead.
gotta show the one with her face in the background because that's the one that is disturbing to me.
Why?
Because I don't understand what the fucking purpose is.
You want to know that it's her and not
You
some
want to
random
see
asshole.
it's like you know how there's a picture from Voyager and it's the farthest picture.
so many asshole pics.
It's
I know,
the farthest
crazy, right?
picture taken of the Earth, farthest away picture taken. This might be the only picture taken of all 3 holes in the same picture. You know what I mean?
It's so funny. You see her peeking over her own pussy.
It's like Kilroy from back in the day that they used to put on the airplanes. Like,
Oh my God, it's a little peekaboo. She looks like a whack-a-mole.
now I know you ladies aren't asking for advice on how to take nudes. You're way better at it than we are for sure. But this is not the way to do it.
That's not.
But here's the thing: if she would have gone just a little higher and got the chin above the pussy,
Yeah.
then it proves that it is you in the picture.
Well-
Both your holes are in it, and you're down to
No,
fucking
no, no.
party.
All 3 holes are
Yes,
in it.
yes.
In one picture. That's what I was talking about.
So, like-
that would have been okay.
Like
That-
up over?
To me, that would have been art.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it had been all 3 holes in the same picture, that would have been art. This is just bullshit.
Yeah, it's like they're stacked like a totem pole, like bing, bong, bong,
Yeah.
bong,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on top of each other. Yeah.
like a Russian doll.
what's the context these were sent out? What was this?
Just to her lover, ended up being her husband. So
Okay.
at least there's that.
But it was part of an iCloud leak, right?
It was, yeah.
It wasn't like revenge porn or any of that bullshit.
Okay.
No, you remember the fappening when they leaked all those nudes of
yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence and everybody else. And
I have heard of the fappening.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes,
so
yeah.
when they leaked those, she was one of the celebrities that got leaked in this whole mess.
Okay.
Because at the time, she was a championship goalie and the best in the world,
Yeah.
and they just won the World Cup and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So rightfully so.
And
She was the hot girl on Sports Illustrated covers and doing all the things.
And she's quite a rocket. Quite a rocket.
Sure does.
I think I'm very surprised by that must be his thing. Because I've never requested an asshole pic.
But have you gotten one?
I've definitely gotten one, but in like combo. I don't know if I've got like she's like kind of spreading her ass.
Was it an
pussy's in
asshole
there.
picture or was it a picture with an asshole on it? That's like dying from and with COVID. Right?
Exactly.
Very different things.
Yep.
Like I think these are asshole pics. Like this
Oh,
is
yeah.
like the asshole's center stage here. Pussy's like an add-on, like the cilantro on top of your food. Like that is what we're seeing.
Thank you. And I think that's why so this has been my guess for years. Thank God we're the same. My guess all these years was she led with that and said, hey, this looks like the type of guy who wants to do anal.
Yeah.
So let's lead with this one, and then we'll just kind of bump it up. Because as you scroll down, then you see some fingers in the pussy and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what roped him in, and they did get married. So who's to say she was wrong on this?
Oh, so this is before they were even married.
Correct.
Okay.
Are they still married after her episodes?
Still married, even after she blacked out in that parking lot at Walmart. Terrible story. Oh, this gets worse.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, keep filling me in on this.
DUI in the parking lot of a Walmart in North Carolina. Hang on. 2 kids.
Oh, bad.
Sleeping in the back seats.
That's rough. That's rough.
She's sleeping in the front seats. Kids are in the back seat, I guess on iPads, or one of them sleeping, one of them's on an iPad.
Yeah.
They did knock on the window to wake her up in the parking lot of a Walmart.
And she's just passed right the fuck out.
on the steering wheel.
God damn. Yeah,
But she did park.
Yeah.
What? She
It wasn't technically drinking and driving. Yeah.
in North Carolina, you
Yeah.
know, she did park, and she was a
Yeah.
good enough mom to say, you know what? I'm gonna pull her on over.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it over. I'm not fit to drive right now. Kids, here's some cocoa melon. Go nuts. Mommy's gonna take a quick Xanax nap. That's what's going down.
That's what really happened.
Yeah.
And now she does a podcast where she's helping others.
like get over. Is she clean now? Is she like?
She's sober now, but I think it's court ordered. So I don't really want to. I don't really want to speculate on you know why she's
You
sober.
guys are invested in her life.
Oh,
man.
100%.
I don't care about
Dream
that.
guest. Dream guest for me, where it's like, dude, it's Hope Solo 1.
Yeah.
Jesus 2. Like if I could bring Jesus back to life and have him come on the show and answer the questions about everything, he'd still be like number 2 for the publicist. Like, hey, bump him down.
I've never even heard, like, even thought about that. But if Jesus did come back, everyone would be like, yo, we got to get him on the pod. We got to get him on the pod, dude.
He would only do Rogan.
You think he would only do Rogan?
Well, he'd do Rogan first, right? And then who's fighting for him afterwards?
He might do like a run. Like he's like doing like, you know, when you're promoing something.
He's doing all the Austin
Yeah,
ones.
he's like, I'm promoting. What would Jesus be promoting? Like
You got a new book coming out.
Yeah. He's got to read the Bible too.
He's got the Bible too, dude.
This time it's personal.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
The studios are paying him to do Passion of the Christ too, some promo for it. It's like, you're not going to believe it. We're going to surprise guests.
Bro, dude.
Mel Gibson's got Jesus, dude, on the show today.
I'm not sure that Mel Gibson and Jesus would get along.
You don't think so?
Well, Jesus was a Jew.
True.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mel
true.
Gibson's not really fond of Jews.
No.
Yeah.
Not sure. I don't think I'm speaking out of school here.
No.
No, you're hitting the nail on the head with that
he's
one.
had a few things to say about him over the years.
Yeah.
You're hitting the nail on the hands with that one, yeah. I think you would come
Well, it's actually the
into
wrist, but-
and say the table's built wrong. You'd be like, man, this is poor craftsmanship.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
I
think
could
so.
fix
I think
this
if
for you.
Jesus was a good carpenter, we would have heard about it.
You think so?
There's not one mention of his carpentry skills.
That's true. Whenever you hear Harrison Ford, you always hear Carpenter in the same sentence of like, that's how he got started. He was an amazing carpenter.
Nick Offerman's the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear about it.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing to be good at woodworking, particularly back in Judea where they were using stones for most of their buildings.
Yeah.
So I feel like he probably sucked.
Yeah, maybe that's why he went into like public speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
Obama. He didn't have any real skills. So he's just
Yeah.
like, oh, be a community activist.
Yeah, there you go.
And then boom, here we are.
Then here we are.
Or like George W. Bush, where he's like, well, I can only get DUIs. How can I get out of them? Oh, I could pardon myself.
Which
I
would
have
be
to
rad.
become president.
And his daughters, he got to pardon the daughters as well. They
Did he
were
really?
fine. Yeah.
Did they also have DUIs?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I
know
don't
that.
think he
The
pardoned
Bush
them, though.
twins. I think it was Jenna. Bob, if you look up Jenna, I
She
think
did used
got
to
one.
slop around fucking downtown Austin a lot.
She sure did.
Slop around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she
Yeah.
loosey goosey.
I don't know about both daughters, but she specifically was she enjoyed life.
Fucking
She
party.
enjoyed
Which
life.
is I'm not being judgmental. Do what you want.
Multiple
It's
reports of
America,
the Secret
goddamn it.
Service having to pull her off the bars.
Really?
Yeah. Like dancing on the bars doing shots.
Yeah,
like
and
all
they're
kinds of
like
crazy
you
shit.
can't be doing this out here. And she's like, I don't give a fuck.
So I think they were worried about her falling
dude.
and cracking
Yeah.
her head open. You don't want to be the Secret Service agent who lets the president's daughter die. That's probably not. I think
Yeah.
you may. I don't know if you can get assigned to like Abu Dhabi or out in the middle of nowhere for that, but you
Yeah,
probably
they would send
right?
you off. They would ship
Oh,
you out. You're
yeah.
at Guantanamo or something.
That doesn't
after
look good on your resume.
No, dude.
It sure doesn't.
That's a legendary kill, though. Like, someone probably was able to sneak in there and bang one of the Bush daughters, and, like, that's a legendary
Oh
kill.
yeah.
Oh,
well, I
fuck
mean,
yeah.
Hunter was banging Malia Obama too, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Hunter Biden, yeah.
Yeah.
was banging the oldest Obama daughter. Allegedly.
No way.
But that one makes sense to me because if you're in that close proximity forever
Yeah.
and you're always doing the same shit and the same secret shit, you're
Yeah.
going to be like, all right.
And to, like, all the Hunter Biden stuff, he's a good time.
Oh, that's what we
Oh,
say.
Yeah.
That, by the way, so
what we
if
say.
I'm, top 2 podcast guests, Hope Solo and then Jesus.
Yeah.
Top guy I want to party with in the United States right now is Hunter Biden.
Hunter Biden,
and
for
it's not
sure.
even close.
Dude, when that picture came out or that video where he was like driving like 160 miles an hour, smoking crack, going to Vegas, you're like, yo, this guy fucking parties,
Yes.
man.
How do I get in on
Yeah,
that?
dude, an invite,
So
please.
Johnny Depp's definitely playing him in the biopic.
Oh boy, could you
Who else would
imagine?
do it?
I could see like a Tom Hardy, somebody like
I
that.
don't know if Tom Hardy can play a fucking stoner like that. A crackhead, Tom Hardy.
Tough. I would have said Tom Sizemore before he died.
Yeah,
that
because he
would have
did it
been
in real
a
life.
Good one.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, he
Same age too.
Tom Sizemore started smoking crack and doing clown porn.
Oh, did
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, can
Oh,
you
yeah.
pull up Tom Sizemore's clown porn, please?
Whoa.
this
You
is
guys
dark.
got deep cut shit.
Oh, bro.
This is fucking great.
Welcome to Drinking Bros. This is gonna get nasty
I
today.
love it. I love it.
Buckle up.
I'll throw this out here before I forget.
Go ahead.
Do you guys know about the Chuck Berry sex tapes?
You know, so I heard, was this the one about the 14-year-old girl?
No.
Okay.
These are different ones. These is like him and some prostitute that he would have sex with over and over and over again.
Because he did so much wild shit. There was also one of girls like pissing too at one of his restaurants.
He had he had cameras in the women's washroom of his restaurant.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, so he had a bunch of weird shit like that, but then his sex tapes are like, yo, this is his shit?
Oh, this is the wrong Tom Sizemore.
Damn it, man.
Bob just wanted to put gay porn on the screen.
No,
He just
it's
fucking
fine.
full on dude sucking cock.
This is no bullshit. There's a gay porn star named Tom Sizemore.
That's a good
Stop
porn
it.
name.
So it is a great porn name. So yeah, so half the images and videos that come up are just this dude getting,
Just
Well,
blown
I
up.
feel like
for
if you
him.
add the additional prompt of clown, it'll narrow your search results down to stuff that doesn't
might
involve
not.
that.
It might
I didn't
not.
think I needed to. I just didn't think I needed
No.
to.
Well, now you know.
No, now you know. The more you know, Bob.
You're
the
gonna
more you
have
know.
to. You're gonna have to fucking do the Lord's work right now and dig through all this gay porn to find the thing we need.
And that's what this job requires
Yeah.
here, where it's just like, hey, dude, I'm sorry, we're live.
Yeah.
You've got to
Here's-
find this gay
Here's
clown
Tommy's
porn.
O face.
Yeah, that's his vinegar strokes. I mean, he's
Well, that one we can show the audience,
yeah.
right?
There's another one. There's another one of him though. He's straight up wearing a clown costume or some shit, just banging some chick.
Just banging
Oh, yeah.
chicks.
Wait, I can't remember. Did he have the makeup on? Did he have the clown makeup on?
No, I
too?
think it was his hair and nose.
Okay, what was Tom Sizemore? What was his big movie that he did?
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private
and
Ryan,
Heat.
Black Hawk Down, Heat.
Okay.
He's been in a lot
He
of
was in a
stuff.
lot of
Oh,
shit. We
okay,
went through his
okay.
catalog one day, and it was actually impressive. We were like, oh, fuck.
He was actually fucking legit.
But he was a horrific person.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
Used
know.
to just the DV charges that guy had, domestic violence wise.
Oh shit!
Just used to beat the shit out of everybody.
Oh, that's fucked. That's fucked.
Yeah, but you don't know what they were doing.
No, and I also know they didn't talk back after that. And that's important.
What they never talk about is how domestic violence works.
It does. It's like DeSantis and the slaves learned some good things,
That's it.
out of slavery.
I write for Newsweek sometimes. I should write an op-ed that's making the case for domestic violence.
Oh my god, dude!
Yep.
It's like pros hang out with the boys more.
Cons, jail.
Well, that's definitely part of the porn. And he's what's that shirt?
What is the shirt there? Was that the clown?
Is it like a rugby
shirt?
sweater? What the fuck is that?
I think at some point he was like, I'm keeping it on. And then he just smoked more crack and he was comfortable enough to take it off.
Oh, dude, big crack. Oh, people are getting fucked in the background too.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and she's got some kind of like Mayan fucking tramp stamp. That's always nice.
Oh, that's
Oh,
two
two
girls back
ladies.
there. Look at that.
She looks suspiciously young.
Yeah, dude. I don't think they were carding back then.
He had a great life, though.
I feel like, though, this is pretty clear evidence that if you're part of the celebrity or aristocratic class,
Yeah.
you smoke a little bit of crack and you end up get fucking prostitutes on camera.
Oh, yeah.
That's just
Oh,
how
yeah,
it
yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Because he and Hunter are on that same page.
Now, what's that pick, Bob? What do we have there? 'Cause
Well,
that
he's
one I
got-
haven't seen before.
So here's what's happening. I'll give you a play-by-play for the audio listeners. Tom Sizemore is eating woman one's vagina.
Yep.
Woman one is putting some sort of smaller vibrator into woman two.
Are you sure that's a vibrator?
It's called a polite.
That looks
vibrator.
like a vape pen. What the fuck is that?
But this is pre-vape pen. There's no.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
True,
It's
yeah.
a polite vibrator, Bob. I understand that one.
And then Tom is rubbing woman two's sphincter.
He's applying pressure to her asshole.
Correct.
Right? Which
But
is the
very
opening
gently.
move.
Correctly.
That's the
yes.
opening move.
And Dan talks about this all the time. You can't just jam a finger in an asshole.
No.
That is the
It's
polite
impolite.
amount of pressure there
Yeah.
on a woman's asshole.
Yeah.
So Tom at least was sensitive to their needs and not just his own there.
He's a generous lover. This man. You
He
can
is.
Tell. I mean, he's eating pussy and then slightly touching assholes. This guy cares.
And it's a polite vibrator. Like, it's not like he's jamming.
No.
You see that thing in the back of the studio next to Joel back there?
Oh, what, you
that
guys
thing's enormous.
got,
Hold,
like,
that's too big.
A big double ender or something.
Yeah, he's waving it in the air. Joel, one more time, wave it in the air for the. There it is. That's too
It's a
much.
it's a floppy one.
That's
yeah.
that's a big boy. I went into a sex shop once and there was this butt plug that was 4 inches in diameter. This thing was fucking insanely huge, and it's like this burned into my head. The brand was called Titan Men, and their tagline was "the last word in anal authority." I think about that.
I wasn't aware that we had an anal authority.
I didn't know either, but apparently there's like fucking anal cops
Shit.
out there policing the butts.
Where are they hiring at? Just out of
what?
curiosity.
Butt police, probably
Yeah,
San
where's that
Francisco.
butt
You would
police?
think, right?
You think so?
I mean, that used to be the spot.
Hey, back in the
I don't
day.
know. I don't know if so gay dudes are typically the dink thing, right? Dual income, no kids. So economically speaking, they're usually better off. They also have better paying jobs usually than ordinary folks. You can't imagine they're sticking around San Francisco now and stepping over human shit.
No, they're out
to
of
get
there.
places. Where'd they go?
They're out of there. They went to like, cities like Columbus, Ohio, things like that, where they were like, hey, I can have a better life here with all this money and do all the cool shit.
Yeah.
Has a dude ever asked you to switch over and be like, hey, Jay, this would rock if the two of us were just gay together and we could hang out and make videos all day?
I've never been pitched in that way, but I definitely have had dudes slide in my DMs being like, yo, are you bi? Yo, do you fuck dudes? They send out the feelers. I think that's a normal gay thing to do. Because I think gay dudes, like, they're, like, if you're a straight guy, you're like, oh, like, I can turn a lesbian back. That's frowned upon. But gay guys are constantly trying to like break a straight dude and have him like come over to the dark side. They
Bob,
love
what
that
the
shit.
fuck?
That's their favorite.
And it's a thing.
Why is this on the goddamn screen?
Why is this on the screen?
Anal cops? I don't know. You guys asked me to Google stuff.
Oh, that's just,
anal
just real
comps,
anal
yeah.
comps there.
Why does he
Okay.
have a micro penis?
Well, he's,
I was confused. I thought that was a lady for a second because I couldn't see a dick.
No.
he's
Yeah.
going
Huge clip.
he's going through some things right now.
He's going through a lot there, which is why he's just a bottom. So he's
By the
got
way,
no action. with
according
the
to
penis.
Wikipedia, Chuck Berry recorded himself being peed on and getting shit on.
We're getting shit on
Yeah.
too.
Well, they say
Damn.
defecating, but we all know what it means.
Oh yeah,
Yikes, dude. Yeah,
Means
you ever been shat or pissed on?
No, I've never been shat or pissed on. I have pissed on ladies before.
Really?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with
Out
pissing on
of
a lady.
out of their request or yours?
So the most recent one, me and this lady.
Well, it was a jellyfish sting.
How many is
What are you
there?
gonna do?
There's three.
Okay.
The most recent one, this girl, me and her were hooking up. She came back to my apartment and she was like, what do you want to do to me? And I was like, oh, we're fucking, we're doing everything. I started like fucking her every which way, her face, her pussy, fucking her ass.
Yeah.
She's squirting all over the place. I'm making her like lick up her squirt. And she's like, more, what else you want to do to me? And so I just take her in the shower and I like piss all over her. Then I like shower her off. We fuck some more. And then I take her in the shower again, piss on her again. Like she was just kept being, and even after that, she's like, what else do you want to do? And I was like,
No way.
I was like, I think that's enough. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any other.
Let me give you some
You
advice.
tapped out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not for a poo? No, poo's a no, go.
No.
And I also don't have any gadgets in my place. I couldn't like fucking duct tape her up or some shit, like,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
couldn't go that crazy. Yeah.
I understand. It's like kind of like a Michelin restaurant where it's like, dude, with 7 courses, like I didn't need the last 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's 4 a.m. and I got to go to bed now.
No way.
Yeah.
And so, did you ever see this girl again?
No, but she sends me nudes all the time.
She also knows where you live.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, I'd be concerned about that.
Nah, it's fine.
We just had this convo over the weekend at Notre Dame where it was
Yeah.
just like, hey, dude, you don't tell them where you live because then if they come back,
Yeah.
holy shit, this could be bad.
As a matter of fact, as far down the rabbit hole as you went, you may want to think about having this woman eliminated entirely.
You guys know a guy? You guys got someone who can take people off the
You're
menu?
sitting right next to him.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Dan's
Dude.
killed hundreds of people.
Oh, are you fucking ex-military?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I was just a super nice guy. So don't even worry about it.
Dude, don't even worry about it.
But
dude.
if you were to get rid of somebody, he'd be the guy to talk to there. But also imagine it's gone the other way where you've had some crazy fans who are like, hey, dude, I'm not giving this up. And they keep attacking you and shit like
what,
that.
like keep trying to come get the dick?
Female-wise, yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple who've like come to a show and then like literally drove in like 4 hours to come to a show on a different date and like show up again and again. And I don't know, I never feel too threatened because it's a lady. She's got to get pretty creative to get the edge on me, right? Like I'm not a military tactical dude, but I'm not a little man either. I feel like you follow me back to my hotel room, I'll be like, all right, I can shoo you away like a cat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never been too worried about it. And I'm
Have you ever
also-
tried to a woman before? Does that work?
like?
Yeah. Just get him out of there.
Will she come?
I'm sure you could get him
Yeah,
too.
I'll try.
Yeah. 100%.
Where do you live?
I'm in New York. I'm New York based right now.
Whereabouts in New York?
Like East Village.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. All right.
Yeah.
I used to live there for, I went to NYU for a little bit. So
Okay, sick.
that's where I was.
Yeah.
Greenwich and Barrow over there. And it was lovely back in the day. How is it now? We haven't been in a few years.
It's good. Like, it's one of the grimier areas of New York, but like comedy-wise, that's like the main focus. If I go 20 minutes in any direction, I'm at a show or a club. So that's like, it's like prime time comedy spot, and that's why I chose to live there. Of all the boroughs you can live in New York.
How about when you come to Austin down here?
Austin, I'm always staying in downtown Austin.
Yeah.
So like somewhere around, because as long as you're close to 6th Street, you're close to like the Mothership and the Creek and Sunset and Vulcan and like all those places are right there. And then you walk, Austin's an incredible walking city, and so you can walk 20 minutes in any direction and be at a club.
The only big one that's offset is Cap City.
Yeah.
I think Cap City's a little ways out
It's
there.
a
Yeah.
domain,
Yeah.
Yeah, Cap City's a little bit of a trek. Roscoe's is a little bit out there too. But I fucking love this city, man. It is so fun. You can just drink and eat and booze and party and fuck nonstop. And yeah, unless you have the ability to restrain yourself, you can just basically eat yourself to death here.
Oh, with barbecue. Every single goddamn day. You'll have a heart attack in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Barbecue and tacos. Yeah.
Exactly.
100%.
And with your following, I would imagine somebody, like, what do you have, like 11 million TikTok?
I'm
followers?
seven, almost 8 on TikTok, and then I'm like 6.5. I think I hit like 6. I'm close to 670,000 on Instagram.
I would imagine that you walk outside and a guy like you, like every girl would just know and be like, hey, are you that fucking guy from...
All dudes.
Is it really?
My audience is like 75 to 80% dudes, and then there's a small percentage of just chicks who love like gross dudes who come to my shows just trying to get dick, and then they get to come back to the hotel room.
and they get invited in.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
with
yeah.
us, it's the same way. We're 94% dudes
Yeah.
on this show, and then 6 women.
Yeah.
And so when my wife comes out to like these live shows and shit, she's like, "Are you fucking anybody?" And then she goes out to these, and she's like, "Oh, you're not fucking.
You're not
anybody.
fucking
There's
anybody.
nobody here." And the only girls are married to their husbands, and then the husbands end up coming to the shows.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's kind of it.
Yeah.
So we've tried to declare prima nocta several times, but it turns out that's not a thing.
What's prima noctis?
Bob?
Babathy?
Prima nocta is when you marry, in a lord's land, whatever, what the lord has dominion over, a duke or whatever, what have you. If you get married in there, he can claim right to the first night with the presumed virgin.
Oh, yes.
Because he rules over it.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, like the carnal knowledge kind of thing.
Like
Yeah,
Braveheart, but that never happened, according to him.
It's prima nocta itself is like fake.
Yeah. It's not
Oh,
real.
prima nocta doesn't actually exist.
But it's
No, Bob's a liar.
But it's the basis.
Bob hates history.
It's the basis of the movie Braveheart.
It inspired the entire movie.
It sure did.
But it's
one
not
of the
real.
greatest films of all
The
time.
same way that Mel Gibson's son getting shot in the stomach is what won America the Revolutionary War.
It sure was. All of that happens.
Patriot,
I don't
yeah.
understand why you don't like Mel Gibson and believe that this country and Scotland was created because of him. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, Bob.
Dude, yeah, this guy's like a terrorist or something.
It's
right now.
fucking weird,
This is
isn't it?
Fucked how you're saying these things. God
It's
damn it.
weird. Has one of the girls from your video ever reached out to you and asked to have sex with you?
No, that's never happened. But I more have like a business relationship with a lot of these. Not a lot, but a small percentage of them. Sometimes they reach out and they're like, "Thank you so much," because I tag everybody.
Yep.
That is something beyond just. It's like if anyone thinks I'm doing it because like I'm trying to connect to these chicks in like a sexual way. No, I just think it's like you have to credit people for their content. That is a very important thing to do. So I credit everyone, and it's worked good because it's like bordered me with the porn world now, where like I've gotten on different podcasts and work with different people because I'm getting somewhat known in that space from reacting to all these like OnlyFans girls and stuff. But I've had girls reach out to be like, "Yo, I'll pay you to do basically what you do, just do it for me." And I've done like a handful of those.
Okay.
And
Is one the midget?
No. The midget's never reached out. She doesn't need me, man. She makes like, from what I heard, is like I don't know. Her monthly OnlyFans she's the highest. She made like over 23 million or something in a year on OnlyFans.
The midget with the huge tits.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No way.
She won. They gave her like a fucking crystal trophy for being the highest grosser on OnlyFans.
Can she fit inside the trophy?
Probably.
Pull it up,
It's just
Bob.
like two
Pull up that
hands and she
midget.
just sits in it.
Yeah, just.
Type in midget with the huge tits, OnlyFans money. I don't know her real name.
Midget with the huge tits, OnlyFans money.
I like to break it down.
SEO the shit out of this, baby.
Where do you said you live in the East Village?
Yes.
All right, well, now the Village Voice has an article from September 11th, 2023. Top midget OnlyFans accounts. So we're going to check that out, I guess.
Boom.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, dude.
They did on 9/11?
Well, they published it on
Well, they didn't want people to forget. That's
Yeah.
why.
Dude, you need something to really like quell the pain on 9/11. What's better
Yeah.
than midget pussy, dude?
Nothing. Have you fucked a midget?
I haven't, but like I would love to. Dude.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
No
think-
desire.
No
Bucket
desire.
The little stubby hands and legs freak me the fuck
The baby,
out.
the
fair.
baby legs freak me out.
The
man.
baby
Yep.
leg, like I'm not like sick about the baby legs, but I just feel like it's just when I'm old and gray, and then I'm like hanging out with like whatever, like my son and grandson or something. If I have kids, then I'll be like, yeah, well, I'm fucked this midget one. They'll be like, Grandpa, what the fuck? Like I just think that's just a fucking sick story, dude.
Having a kid, I've got kids.
Yeah.
The baby legs freak me out because they look like my kids' legs.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just can't have a little toddler's legs up.
No,
Like it's too
that's
much.
totally fair. That's
Too
totally
intense.
fair. You're too connected. You're too close.
For the anybody in the audience who hasn't seen the shit that you do, can you break it down and explain what it is you do?
So,
exactly.
I do all sorts of like reaction and commentary content. How it all spawned was I wanted to create content quick that was all focused on jokes. I didn't really want to have to do like a bunch of bells and whistles, camera angles, editing. So I was like, I know I can write jokes very efficiently and be very funny. So I just need the content to react to. So I started looking at all different types of things to react to, and then definitely on Instagram got very much in the niche of reacting to like OnlyFans girls, thirst traps and stuff like that. And I would pick things that are like a little bit more ridiculous, so I have something to go off of.
But you go so far out of your way that because you do tag everybody, and I'm
Yes.
glad you brought that up because I think that is important as well. With that, because you tag everybody, sometimes I've clicked on the tags to see who the actual person is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a very small following,
Yeah.
and you don't really know that person, and then they end up blowing up because of the video you made.
I drive traffic.
Yeah.
And like I'm not doing it to do that, but I know because if it would be, I'm basically getting the opposite effect. If I didn't tag them, they would be reaching out being like, yo, what the fuck? Why are you using my content? Where that I'm tagging them, they reach out and go, yo, thank you for tagging me. And
Yeah.
now I'm getting a plus and bonus in these spaces just for tagging. That's it. That's it.
amazing.
But yeah, so it's all kind of like reaction content, thirst trap stuff. But then I do reach out into like anything that's kind of bizarre. I just want the focus to be like my comedy over whatever I'm talking about, and then drive people over to the stand-up, which is like people who know me from social are like, oh, it's cool that you're doing stand-up now. I've been doing stand-up for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's like been my grind the whole time. I only started making the content so people come to the shows.
And the craziest thing about you is because usually it's one or the other. Somebody's good at content and then not good at stand-up. You're both. Like
Yeah.
you have both. And like you said, you've been doing it for 10 years now at this point. It wasn't like you just started and you got internet famous. And then you're like, oh man, I'll become a stand-up.
Exactly, yeah.
It was the opposite.
Yeah.
And once I started digging into your back catalog, I was like, oh shit, this guy's fucking hilarious. Like your stand-up's great, everything else.
Thank you,
But I
thank you.
do think it took that social media element to really drive it and be like, yes, dude, this guy's the best. Let's have him do all this shit.
100%. I think anyone neglecting doing social in order to grow their following and to like put more butts in seats or whatever you're trying to sell, I think it is the wrong choice. Like even if you're like running a restaurant or something, like use social because it's free marketing. You're in control of your brand,
Yep.
and you don't need to wait for someone. Like comics before had to wait for Johnny Carson to shake their hand, and while that was a system in order to get famous, if you never shook your hand, you never got famous.
Right.
Now you just need to create a world where you exist and your fans exist. And even if it's just 1,000 people who really give a fuck with you and join your Patreon or whatever, you can live off of that and be a pro comic and just tour and do that for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob, did you find the midget porn? What is she making a year? What's this chick making here?
What's her name? Because the 10 best midget OnlyFans, according to The Voice, are PETA. She's the strongest and sexiest. Smokey's the most romantic lover. Tiny Texie has the best live shows. Valentina. You got Sassy Cassie. She's the small stripper stripper that we talked about before. Midget Love, Midget Nasty Ass, Lil Cirque.
I'm sorry. Midget Nasty Ass.
And he skipped over Sexiest Squirter.
Oh, Midget Nasty Ass is Sexiest Squirter, yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
Sexiest Squirter. That's great. I don't like, that's a good title to have.
Yeah, but how do you get it? Because that means somebody had to sit down and watch all the squirters.
Oh, the midget squirters.
Midget squirters, and then go back and be like, you know what? I got to put a rating on this.
Yeah,
who's won?
Sign me up.
I think it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it, and you really got to have like a passion for it, and you must be like numb to a certain extent. It's like I've watched so much comedy now that I'll watch like pro comics, and they don't really hit me because it's not my taste. This guy has seen so much squirting that this one stood out to him and inspired him.
Yeah,
and he was like, "That's number
Inspired
one."
him to what? Fucking revolution? What the fuck are you talking about?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
The guy that Ross is talking. I'm sorry, the guy. The woman Ross is talking about is named Erica, but it's Airikacal.
That's absolutely her.
That's the one he's talking. Well, she's the one that's all over.
We'll pop up her
shit.
picture. We'll give her credit too on the show here. Because I've seen
She
her
clearly
all
doesn't
over
need the credit
Instagram.
from us. She's making 23 fucking million.
Well,
a year.
is that confirmed? Do we have that?
I saw some TikTok where she was talking about it was definitely over 20 million a year, and she also did a podcast where she was just basically saying like, oh yeah, I make this much, and she showed the host how much she makes, and then he was like, what do you do with all this money? And she's like, I like retired my family and like I like give to charities and stuff. She
What a great gal.
That's like good for you, man.
Yeah,
Good
there
for
she
you.
is right there. Yeah. So first midget I've seen with heavies like that, natural heavies.
Big ones.
And I think that's what really helped there.
Oh, yeah.
Also the face, the way she shot the videos was from far away and it was from waist up. So it fooled people into thinking that it was a normal size person.
The first few times I saw her, didn't know that she was a midget.
Me neither.
Yeah. So
and then it widened out and I was like, oh shit.
it's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, the twist at the end.
It sure was.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The kid's been dead the whole time? This is unbelievable. The midget's been small the whole time? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But she's like, she's a rocket and just like cleaning up. And that's like OnlyFans changed the whole game of how like every hot chick operates because it basically just gave you a direct line from being hot to cash. Where before, if you like build an Instagram following, you were a hot girl, you had to like sell like skinny tea or some shit to like try and make money off the back end of that, grow a YouTube channel, whatever. Now you can just straight up be hot and it's just fucking money in your goddamn hand.
It's so wild to me, and because I read an article about it this morning. There was a huge WWE wrestler, and she turned to OnlyFans after her contract expired or whatever. I guess initially they weren't stoked that she was on OnlyFans and posting racy pictures.
Yeah.
And then the money became so great, better than she was making in WWE. She was like, well, fuck this.
Yeah,
I'm
out.
I forget her name, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. She was like, the money is so unbelievable that I'm grateful and I don't really have to do anything else.
Yeah, that's a commentary on the sadness of the modern West, isn't it?
It's the market. That's what the market is right now.
The market is fucked.
Yeah.
Badly fucked. I don't recommend it.
Mandy Rose is her name. You pull up a pic of Mandy Rose. But she was on TMZ this morning and talking about it.
Yeah.
She called it life-changing money, which, when we were talking about the midget, yeah, dude, you're changing fucking lives.
Yeah,
with that money
absolutely.
Overnight.
Overnight, dude.
Fart in a jar or whatever it is.
OnlyFans is basically like the pharmaceutical industry pushing opiates for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It sure is.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing that's happening in America right now, probably.
They're pushing tits. They're like, here, get on the tits.
Well,
sell your tits.
but they're not pushing tits. So puss is the thing that keeps men going. It's why we build civilization.
Yes,
and
true.
now we can just rent it for $7 a month.
Yep.
And we don't have to go out and do anything, and dudes are depressed in their mom's basements killing themselves now.
I love it,
And these
though.
people are profiting off of that. They are the worst people on earth.
You
think the OnlyFans chicks are the worst people on earth?
No, not them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you think
Yes,
the girls
yeah.
are?
Really?
I think that is the most ignoble piece of shit move you can make as a human being, is to profit off the suffering of other people.
I mean,
Well, do we know that they're suffering, or
Yes.
is this their enjoyment?
There's a suicide epidemic amongst fucking ordinary fucking people right now. Our birth rate is declining rapidly because dudes don't know how to talk to women anymore.
Well, they're definitely not leaving.
This.
Absolutely. They're definitely not leaving. Bob, pump up this pic here real quick. So this is her. And as soon as I saw this pic this morning, I was like, yeah, you're going to make way more money.
Oh, yeah.
And so she bounced out of that, and this is what she does now for a living. But it is strange that a hot girl these days could just bypass college, education, everything, and just go to OnlyFans.
It's
and be
it's
like, hey,
the
let's
female version of crypto. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to work or do anything. I think I'm fucking smarter than everybody, so let me take this shortcut no matter who it fucks over.
I'm sorry, but I'm all in on Pusscoin.
If they called it that, I'd probably buy it.
Dude, yeah. Get me like
good branding's important.
What's that going for? What's that in compared to ETH? How much are we going to be making off that good old fashioned Pusscoin?
And then like
real quick, the highest salary in the WWE for women, $350,000
a year.
A year.
Okay, and she's at probably what's she cranking in that? A month now?
Yeah.
She's doing that. Yeah, she's
at
doing
a minimum.
More. She's doing that more. Holy shit!
What is she getting? What's she getting monthly?
I guarantee it's over $1 million.
Over $1 million. Yeah, because you had the fan base already.
And that's what it is you got to get the fan base no matter what you do. Mukbangs, freaking jumping off stuff. You just got to be a hot girl. Stick your arm into a freaking go mudding.
Yeah.
And then start an OnlyFans.
And then once you have the foundation and people are like dying for the tits, you put the tits out.
And she was not the highest paid. That was the highest salary.
Yeah. So
holy shit. Dude.
Yeah, so she's like her income has increased
and
exponentially.
then you get the Indian guys who talk for you in the DMs.
Yes.
And then
whoa!
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
No, if you're on OnlyFans and you think you're having a conversation with that woman, you're having a conversation with a fucking 45-year-old Bangladeshi.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
So like OnlyFans will like not OnlyFans, but people hire companies to manage them, and when they manage them, so like chatting is like something people pay for.
Yeah.
Some people legit do all their own chatting. But a lot of these other companies will they just hire people to chat for you. That's it.
But it's just phone sex back in the day. It was just fat women in trailer parks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Right, dude. Remember those numbers you used to
Quest.
call? And there was the one, hey, and it was way too much fog on the screen. You're like, all right, great. How much is this per minute and everything else? Yeah, and it was a fat girl in a trailer just sitting there saying, okay, cool, get off.
And that is what a lot of it is. Some people pride themselves on like everything I do is legit. Everything I do is fucking me. Some people do like no paywalls, no pay-per-view. They're like subscription service. You come in, you get every video I ever made.
Those are the hardworking girls.
Those are the hardworking.
No pay-per-view. They'll post it on Reddit. And be like, yo, come to me, $3.99 a month.
You get this and more.
Holy fucking shit, dude. And that's where we're at.
And
then pretty soon it'll
Maybe
be
Springsteen
AI.
will write a song about him. Oh, the working woman.
Yeah, the working woman out there, dude.
No, but these women will put out 4 pieces of content a day. They'll show you every shower pic. They're freaking...
Dude, I
doing
remember
work.
one of my buddies, he was like so thirsty. Do you know who Belle Delphine is? Belle Delphine is like, she was fucking this guy's a creep,
of course,
dude. I love
this
it.
fucking dirtbag, yeah.
So Belle Delphine had like a crazy rise. She was like a pioneer in the field. Like
she has the best face.
She's very attractive. She was like doing weird cringe shit, and that made her very popular. This was I think even before, was it before OnlyFans, or she like launched an OnlyFans? But then she was
for this chick.
Yes, that's Belle Delphine. She was doing weird shit with like a squid and stuff.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you here. Is that an octopus in her hands?
Yeah,
in a bathtub?
With googly eyes on it.
Yeah. And so she was doing like weird shit, and it just kept getting viral. And then she was the bathwater girl. She's the girl who sold her bathwater.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
She sold her bathwater, and then she got banned off of every platform. And then she had a comeback, got banned again, came back again. But her OnlyFans does something I would suspect, like probably like $500K a month. And that's probably on the low end actually, but my buddy subbed to it and he was like so thirsty, but there's everything on her page is like pay-per-view. So you sub and then you pay for the individual.
You get nothing. You get basically these photos and then $50 in your DMs to unlock.
Exactly.
And then she also, this is a Pornhub video I guess she posted, Belle Delphine strokes 2 big cocks.
Yeah.
She's sitting there with 2 roosters on her bed.
So she was like trolling people and got huge off of this. But then my buddy subbed and he got nothing, and he messaged me being like, "Yo, I know you know Belle Delphine. Do you know where I can like find her porn?" And I was like, I just kind of like her for like what she did to the industry. Like I think, and he's like, "Dude, that's gay." And I was like, "Bro, you're the one who's begging me for nudes right now. You're fucking so pathetic, bro."
But to Dan's point now, every girl, if you look at it, let's say you're hot, there is no other job that's going to pay you what OnlyFans can pay you.
But there's a lot of girls out there who have gone to do it and then like have put out their nudes and like tried to create a platform and have been unsuccessful. And so like now a bunch of your nudes and shit are out there and you're making like whatever $300 a month.
You're just not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what you're describing.
What's
Yeah.
that?
You're describing me.
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, how did that go? So
I had like
Not well.
18 of our gay listeners.
they came.
And they get drunk and then they send me aggressive messages.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a start. You have somewhat of a platform that people are like at least willing to look.
You know
But
the
he
best
had
thing to
to
do with a
put things in
platform
his
is
butt.
put a fucking rope around your neck and jump off it. That's how you handle that situation.
But they were asking him to put shit in his butt, and he did it.
You did it
for
What-
like 18 people.
Well, he was already putting shit in his butt. He may as well fucking get paid. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess so.
He was doing it for the love of the game before.
What did you put in your ass?
Some fingers.
Okay, some fingers. That's not too crazy.
I thought you put a vibrator or something in there, or a battery once.
That was a full
battery.
Wasn't it like a AA battery or
full,
something?
First of all, that's dangerous.
a double A battery is not even that big.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You got to start with that. You don't just go to a D.
No,
like,
no.
you got to start with a AA.
and you also, even if you can handle a D, you want to build tension for the audience. You want them to be
I
like,
want them to know I can handle a D.
You play the same music they play in the cutscenes in Hell's Kitchen or whatever Kitchen Nightmares. Like, dun, 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 dun. Fucking get after it, bud.
That would be a great thing if they did that, dude. And it was hosted by Gordon Ramsay.
Speaking
and
of
it's
Gordon
just
Ramsay-
yelling at people on OnlyFans.
yes.
One of my favorite things that I've seen recently, you know, they do the kids version of MasterChef now.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take scenes of him yelling at people from the main show and then interlace it with scenes of the kids failing.
oh, I love
It's
that.
so good.
I love
Because I want that to be true. I hate those little kids.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, I'm fucking chef. Shut up, bitch.
You couldn't handle in the kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you know what's going on in the kitchen? Like fucking racism.
Yeah.
That's what's going
It
on.
is, yeah. It's like you think all these TV shows about cooks, chefs, restaurants, whatever, and they're not all Mexican, that's how you know it's a lie. Because everybody cooking every piece of food you eat in America is fucking Mexican.
Yeah.
Every
is.
one of them.
It is a big percentage.
They're the best.
A huge
They're the best. They're the
percentage.
best
Oh,
of the
yeah.
best.
They come
Oh,
in
yeah.
and fucking learn your procedures and just fucking execute.
just
They don't
nail
whine.
it.
They're not liberal white women. They're like, oh, fucking my feelings.
Why have we never talked about that before? Why are they so naturally good at cooking?
Because they
have
follow
to be.
directions, God damn
Yes,
it.
they have.
Cooking is following directions. That's all it is.
Dude, my opener, JJ, very, very fucking
How is
funny
JJ
dude.
doing, by the way?
What's that?
How is JJ doing?
JJ's doing great. You know JJ?
Yeah, when you guys came over.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. But JJ has a joke about women being in the kitchen, and he's like, I don't want. It's good women are out of the kitchen because the best chefs are men.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
It really is true. And there's nothing you can really do about that. Because once you get too good at it, a dude looks at it and was like, I
Yeah.
could do this better.
Yeah.
Even being a woman.
Even being a woman, we're killing
Like
it at that.
they thought that was the last thing they really had.
Yep.
And we were like, nah.
we got that too.
No,
We
dude.
need those sports, dog.
We got Caitlyn Jenner, bitch.
Yeah.
Kidding me?
Woman of the year.
We got
Woman of the year.
Woman of the Year is now a dude. We're taking over everything.
Everything,
Oh, it's so
dude,
brave.
everything. We got the nicest tits now. We
Everything.
got the hottest chicks. It's like,
Crazy.
By the way, 6% of Michelin star restaurants are women.
or 6%.
6.
That makes
That's
sense.
rough, dude.
That makes sense. I think I've been to 2 or 3, and it was all dudes, wall to wall dudes. That's it.
Well, because also the kitchen, it's like similar to like a fucking obviously not as grimy, but like a crab fishing boat or something. Like it's a gross environment. If you've ever worked in
Yeah.
the kitchen, it's a bunch of dudes saying awful, horrible shit to each other, screaming, getting mad, like fucking throwing shit. You fucked this up, but then joking also in the like most locker room way possible. So yeah, it's not an environment that's friendly to women at all.
And I think that's what I loved about The Bear. I don't know if you saw that TV show, The
No, I
Bear.
haven't seen it yet.
But there's no hot girls in there.
Yeah.
So like at all. And
yeah.
they didn't
Well-
glam it up whatsoever. They were like, hey, dude, here we go.
This is what it's actually like.
Yeah, just a bunch of uggos in a kitchen. Even the dudes aren't good looking.
Yeah.
Besides the head chef.
His
right?
girlfriend's pretty hot.
No. She's boring and very, very plain. And that's the way it should have been.
fucking roasted, dude.
Oh God, dude. Don't even
No,
give
hold on,
me
hold on.
whatever.
Her name's Claire in the show.
Yeah, she's
Molly
hotter than the
Gordon is her
weather-
name.
Pop up Claire for
She's
for
not
chat.
hot.
She's not hot.
Oh, she is actually like absolutely plain.
Yeah,
She
which
is. Yeah.
probably speaks more to her talent. Than
But
it does
I
her
liked
plainness.
that choice because even that is real, where it's just like,
Yeah.
some dirty guy working in the kitchen isn't pulling, hot ass or whatever. And this was a good casting choice, in my opinion.
I rewatched Transformers 1 recently, and I was like, Michael Bay just throws tits on everything. He's like, the scientist, hottest bitch you've ever seen in your life. Like,
Some random blonde Australian chick with fucking double D's
Just
is a
cannon.
scientist. Like, come on, man.
Bro, there's fucking James Gunn does it too. In fucking the Suicide Squad movie he made, there's a part where this lady walks in to give like the president a note, and they have her tits literally bouncing. Like, it's insane how much her tits are just like shaking in the scene. It looks like an earthquake is happening.
You know why, right?
Oh, he loves tits.
Well,
who doesn't?
He's also fucking these girls. So like on a long shoot, he would go in and go into the casting director, with the script, got all the characters and everything else.
Yeah.
And they were like, great, before we put this out in breakdowns with all the characters, do you have anybody in mind for this? And he'll check off a couple parts that are like 2 or 3 lines a piece.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I've got somebody for this and this and this. And he'll stretch it out over the shoot.
Yeah.
So that way he can have a blast. He can get these girls in a movie.
Yeah.
Kind of get them their break. And he's got a huge dick in real life.
Really?
He's got a fucking
I feel
hammer
like
in
this
real
is
life.
this is a symbiotic relationship.
It is.
It is. It is.
Right?
And the
Oh, yeah.
girls love him. The girls love him, by the way. There's never been complaints.
Women will bang you for a hot meal.
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's like for a part in a movie.
Transformers?
Fucking
Pretty
Yeah.
sick. Pretty sick.
Because those are residuals for life. It's not
Yeah.
just a one-time bang.
No.
Like, you're getting paid forever,
Yeah.
even though you're never seeing Michael Bay again.
Yeah.
But if you ever wonder why you go in and see, and they're the worst actresses ever, too.
Yeah.
They've got like 2 or 3 lines, and you're right. There's like an
Yeah.
Australian one where you're like,
Her tits are just fucking
Oi,
big. Yeah.
why? And you're like, man, there is no Australians in this plot, this
No.
movie, anything else. Why the fuck is this girl in this movie?
Well, you know how
That's
many
why.
Australian.
Yeah.
How
And
you-
it's smart.
Do you
It's
know
the
how
long-
many?
It's the long play.
Her name
Yeah.
is Rachel Taylor, by the way. If you're trying to look her up, I know you are.
She's still-
It's Rachel with an E, Rachael.
Who's this?
Taylor. That's the Australian woman.
Yeah,
that you're speaking about, the
yeah,
blonde
yeah.
chick.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, she's still a rocket, man.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at her.
Pop her up. Let's see her.
God damn.
Let's see her here.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Trying to
But-
find a good one from Transformers in particular, but she's hot all around.
Pick one. Anyone will do, Bob.
I mean, here's a classic Michael Bay frame up here.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
dude.
Look
God
at that.
damn. Yeah, he knew. He was
He
like,
sure
yeah,
did.
I'm gonna be shooting ropes in this all set, and it's gonna be a
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
good one.
When you're shooting a movie like Transformers and it's 6 months,
Yeah.
you've got to stretch that out and be like, all right, let's stack posing.
She's not, she doesn't act anymore.
she doesn't act
You
anymore.
don't say.
No, the last thing she did was that Jessica Jones series. Remember that?
Yes.
It's like a parallel to that blind. What's that blind cocksucker's name?
Daredevil.
Yes.
Yeah, Daredevil and all that horse shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It all came out at the same time, but then they lost their contract for
They
some reason.
did, yeah. 'Cause everything went back because what's it called? Disney's like scooping
Yeah.
all their Marvel stuff back into in-house, and they're not letting anyone touch it.
Yeah. Well, Disney's doing everything. They're trying to sell their entire goddamn network right now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. But they just bought everything.
I know.
So who are they trying to sell it to?
ESPN.
ESPN is there. So ESPN will go first. Hulu, they just announced that's for sale.
It'll be
And
Hulu
then-
and Fox at the same time, I think. to be
Probably.
honest.
So the original
'Cause
pitch,
that's how
by the
they
way,
bought 'em.
yeah, the original pitch was they tried to get Apple to buy all of Disney, all encompassing of everything, but the streamers
The
losing
programming
so
stuff,
much
yeah.
money that they're like, hey. We don't want that. Apple's like, we'll take ESPN because
Yeah.
live sports are doing really, really fucking well. And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we'll take that. They're like, we don't want the other shit.
Oh shit.
So they're trying to figure it out right now. And
Yeah, because Disney had they had a hot run, but post Endgame, it's like no one really gives a fuck, and also it sucks. It
Right.
hasn't been good.
Well, they had a
Like,
couple of good things. They had the Obi-Wan one was okay, but there was one of those series was pretty good.
Andor. People say Andor,
Andor,
is
yeah.
amazing.
I didn't really like it.
I didn't
to be
watch it.
honest.
I haven't seen
but
it.
I heard I actually did watch a couple of episodes of Loki. That was a pretty good show.
Yeah, Loki was good.
Yeah. Hiddleston's he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the other one is Anthony Mackie and Jeremy Renner. It's like,
Yeah,
I'm not watching that.
I'm all good.
Those are two like dullard personalities. I'm not watching that.
That one was pretty boring. The surprisingly good one was the Hawkeye series with Haley Steinfeld and Florence Pugh and Jeremy Renner.
I mean, Jeremy Renner's great in that Mayor of Easttown.
He was good in that Snowplow movie too. What was the name of it?
That was real life.
Oh, that was just his real life.
Yeah, he
Okay,
tried to
when
stop
got into I forgot.
He tried to stop a snowplow with his legs.
He sure did. That was his best. He was best supporting
the
actor.
snowplow was going. He goes, "Wait, I'll use my legs."
Dude, it just got mangled.
Yeah.
Wasn't he trying to save someone or something?
Yeah,
He was.
I think
Yeah,
his
yeah,
own
he
child.
was.
actually.
Okay,
And we're
alright.
we're like fucking making fun of him for
Yeah.
trying to save his own kid.
No, it wasn't his own kid. 1, 2, you don't just because you play in action hero movies. Here's my gripe about it.
Yeah.
Don't think you can just buy a house out in the wilderness and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, dude, I've got zero experience at driving a gigantic 8,000-pound snowplow.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on this goddamn thing and try to save the world.
Oh, so he was
You're not.
driving the plow.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he almost killed someone.
Right, because they were snowed in. There was this crazy storm, and,
Yeah.
and people wanted to go to the store or whatever it
Yeah.
was, and it was like
And then he almost ran someone over. Oh, that changed the story a lot.
Oh, he was saving his nephew.
his nephew. Yeah, it wasn't his kid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I want to reiterate, he was saving his nephew essentially from himself
Yes.
and his own incompetence.
It's like a werewolf situation.
And then instead
It
of
is.
realizing his mistake and writing the nephew off, he says, "Hey, wait, I'll use my legs."
Yeah.
Which I think
Yes.
you made 2 mistakes.
You should have just killed the nephew.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it's tragedy.
I don't think he had an arrow on him though. I don't know if he would have got to the nephew.
Also, this nephew's generating no income. And Jeremy Renner's bringing him money.
Sure
Exactly.
is.
That's what I'm
He's at the
saying,
peak
dude.
of his career right now. He can't get his legs chopped off.
Like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Exactly.
Get this motherfucker out of here. Who's this nephew? Find the nephew. Let's get him. Let's get him.
Definitely don't post a picture of the nephew, but it's a strange story all the way around when you're just like, all right, cool, because everybody kind of got bored during COVID and
Yeah.
then the strike and all that stuff. We were like, yeah, I could do these things.
Yeah.
And then you actually try to do that thing and you're like, oh, fuck, I can't do any of those
Not
things.
a chance, man. I'm going back to acting. I'm going back to fucking sitting.
Well, if you're that
That's
wealthy,
it.
maybe pay somebody to teach you how to use the goddamn thing.
Well,
Yeah,
I
you
just
think.
pay somebody to do it.
Well,
Like, I
maybe,
don't
but if
wanna
you
do it.
it's good to be self-sufficient, but there's a process to
Yeah,
which you
yeah.
become self-sufficient. You know what I mean? There's a lot of LARPers in life.
There is, yeah. There's a ton
Yeah.
where you're just like, oh man, I think I'd be great at this.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried something and you were just like, man, I think that I would be great at? Oh no, it's
Oh
terrible.
yeah, I think I've failed enough times to know it takes me very long or very short to be like I'm corrected right back to where I began. Like I started taking Muay Thai classes and I boxed when I was younger, and I was like coming in, I was like, I think I'll be all right. And then I quickly learned like you can't kick for shit. My hands are okay, but even it's been so long since I've boxed, it's like I'm not even good with my hands, as good as I remembered it with my hands anymore. So it's like I quickly humble myself on all things because I've been shit at so many things that I've tried.
And then did you quit because of it?
No, I had to stop because they switched the morning class. It was like at 11, they switched it to 7, but I want to go back and keep
Okay.
doing it because it's sick as fuck. It's for one, great exercise, and 2, it's nice to learn a skill while you're exercising. And I also think martial arts are like one of the greatest skill you can have
Yeah.
because you can do them just fucking nude. You could be naked in the woods, fucking kicking trees if you want, and that could be your training.
You should do it that way.
Yeah, do
you
it
absolutely
naked.
should.
Frankly, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Swayze would have done it that way in Roadhouse.
Yes,
Because he only got greased up from the chest down.
We want to see a greasy cock. That would have been a big
Or Van
part of it,
Damme.
yeah.
Van Damme in the
Bloodsport?
Kumite movie, Bloodsport, where he's doing the splits on the fucking 2
Yes.
chairs.
With a
or
greased
whatever.
wiener?
Just a fucking greased hog, greased
you
up,
imagine,
greased up
dude?
Austrian hog.
Greased up sack, dude, freshly shorn. Could you imagine the hanger on that fucking thing, dude?
What you need is a shot from behind. You see his butthole spread. He's doing the thing, and he just keeps getting lower on the split in the chair, and then the tip of his cock touches the ground.
And it just goes down,
Yeah.
dude.
And
Just
then he bounces a couple of times and then comes back up.
kisses that tile floor, and you see that in slow mo. Throw some Michael Bay lens flares on that shit. Just
Yes.
watch that kick, have that cock kiss the tile.
Immediately cuts to the fight. Immediately
Yep.
cock touch to the fight. That's
He's Belgian, by the way. I fucked that up.
oh, Belgian.
Is
I
he
didn't know
really?
that.
But all nude would be great, although it's impossible to shoot.
yeah,
because Viggo did it. Viggo Mortensen did it in Eastern Promises.
Yeah.
Full buck naked fight scene,
Yeah.
and it's a no go. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just too much,
Yeah,
right?
you
can't chub up. You can't show a sweet hog.
Yeah.
you can't do any of
And
that.
you want your hog to look the best it's ever looked.
You sure do.
You know who has a fucking huge hog? So there's this movie called Antichrist. That's like it's so disturbing. It's like hard to watch kind of movie. Willem Dafoe's in it. His cock's in the movie. They had to use a stunt cock because his cock's too big.
No way.
The director was like, it's distracting. Like if we used his actual dick, it takes you out of the movie.
This
shit.
this isn't. So he did the Antichrist and the Last Temptation of Christ.
Yeah.
Man, he needs to calm the fuck down
Well,
a little bit. He's like getting pathological about it at this point.
good for him, though. My God. And then I think Jennifer Lawrence
She's got a huge cock.
Yeah, well, no, she's not a huge cock, but she just did a buck naked fight scene in her last movie that came out over the summer.
That was
I don't want to see a naked woman fight.
no.
How was it?
Remember, there was an episode of Seinfeld about this, about how routine daily activities you should not do naked. It's not attractive.
Yeah,
You know, remember the woman's on the ground like polishing the floor, and he's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's too much because you start to get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
And it's also there's like part of like being naked with someone. The ladies like are like holding their body in like sexy positions and stuff. When you're down there, it's like how when a girl's doing doggy, she arcs her back. Like a girl's not going to be washing the floor with that arc. She's going to be like a cat. Like
If she is washing the floor like that, she's begging for it.
she's big.
And I don't mean in like a rapey kind of way. I mean, she's literally sending you a signal.
Yeah,
you
she's
should
being-
pay attention to them.
Yes.
Right. 93% of all communication is nonverbal.
There
It
you
sure
go.
is, but there is activities I don't want to like. I don't want to see Waffle House. Like I don't want to see the chefs.
Well, you don't want to have
or
a
the
bunch
waitresses
of
buck naked.
You don't want to have a bunch of grease fire marks on the front of somebody's
She's
body.
got these burns all over
know
her
what I mean?
chest and tits.
But I mean that homeless thing is a kink though.
The
It's
homeless
just like
thing,
you
yeah,
can dirty them up. Like if they're sitting in a box underneath the freeway and they're dirtied up, but not really doing anything.
But
Like they're not stretching or anything else.
those
just
are
kinda dirty
just-
and begging for shit.
Those are just like
that'll
crack
work.
pipe burns, though, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell yourself that that was probably curling iron. That's fine.
It sure is.
It wasn't. That definitely wasn't a crack pipe.
It wasn't crack,
on the side
no.
of her nose every time.
And
Yeah.
you have the white savior thing too, where you're just like, I can save you.
I can bring you back. Not only am I fucking you, I'm being a good person.
I sure am.
Yeah,
And you're
dude.
gonna get a hot meal.
You're getting a hot meal for sure. It's coming out hot and liquid, dude. Get you on that liquid diet fast.
You're gonna get a nice shower in. I'm gonna take extra time in there.
Oh, yeah.
because we got to get the AIDS off you and everything
Gotta
else.
scrub you out, like comb out these dreadlocks. We got a lot of work to do here. This is like a matted dog you're taking to the groomer for the first time. Like you really got to put the work in, dude.
You sure do. Yeah. We've talked about this in the past, but my buddy did that one time.
Really?
That was his kink.
He homeless chicks?
Yep, that was his kink. And finally, one day he did it.
And so
I was just like, I can tell you what exit too.
I can go find
In
him
Los
if I
Angeles.
want. He like
In Los Angeles.
So he like saw this girl like he was like I want and would just like roll down his window and was like, hey,
Yeah.
do you want to come
Did-
home with
Like
me?
the
American
whole fucking
Psycho,
thing,
just
yep.
hold a couple of hundreds out the fucking window.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
That Cahuenga exit off of going up the 101 up there in Hollywood is where he
you don't-
pulled that off.
You don't need to be
Holy
specific
shit.
about where to pick up homeless people in LA anymore.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
pretty much-
Back then you did.
Just stay
now
inside.
it's literally just go to LA anywhere
Wherever
and
you
you're
want.
going to be fine.
Yeah, if you're hunting,
live-
if you're trying to get that homeless puss, it's on every block and
This
every
is like
corner.
a second. This is like the sexier version of bum fights, right?
It is. Bum
Is it?
fucks. It's bum fucks, dude. It's bum fucks. And we had what do you got there? Is that somebody throwing up on someone? Bob?
I would pay.
Video from Dirty Sarah.
Dirty Sarah. Who's
Who's
Dirty,
Dirty Sarah?
Oh,
What's the point of
well.
this? Is this a homeless woman?
Yeah.
That gets vomited on for some reason?
Is this OnlyFans? Is it? Do we have homeless OnlyFans now?
I doubt she's homeless. Her tits are way too nice to be homeless.
Yeah, her tits
are
Someone
great,
would have
dude.
took that in.
I don't know.
Someone
Oh,
would have took that.
No.
What's he looking for?
No.
Did he lose his car keys in there? What is that?
Now, these two women are homeless.
Can you? Oh my God! Can you imagine fucking eating homeless puss? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
and
dude.
to reiterate this was not my kink. This was a buddy's.
How
So
much do you
like,
get paid to eat homeless
no
food?
amount of money would I not.
$1 billion.
Jay, what's your number at?
Do I get to wash it first? You got to eat it.
You got to go in. No, you got to go in right off the street.
right off the street.
Yes. You just got off of flights.
Like I'm gonna say $2 million because I feel like you're gonna get real sick. You're gonna
Yeah.
get real sick,
You are
dude.
gonna
Like
get
you're
sick.
gonna have to, and then like
Oh yeah, like, they're hooking up in those homeless encampments.
they are, but they got the immune system for that shit.
Yeah, but there's no immune
true.
system for your olfactory gland, my man. You still smell that stink.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way I can make it through that.
I've never had to eat pussy like PU.
No one said
Close
she
pen
had
your
to
nose
come.
up.
True, she doesn't have to come. You just have to eat it. It's like a timed thing. Do you have to eat it for like 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think 5 minutes minimum.
5.
Five
She
is
comes.
it's
I can make she come in
5
under
minutes is so
Okay.
long in real life. It's
know.
like when people get into like an MMA ring for the first time and they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
5 minutes is
5 minutes is a long
Yeah,
time.
5 minutes in
Yeah.
a musty fucking sludge hole like that.
Oh.
I don't think so, buddy.
musty sludge hole.
My God, dude.
Sounds like a band.
It is. They're going to be at Creek and Cave on Monday night. I'm
Let's
kidding.
go see musty sludge hole. God damn.
Holy shit. So how are they monetizing this, Bob? Or is it
Oh, no.
This is from Snapchat.
This is just some guy. Yeah, this is just random. some people might call them heroes.
Did you guys see the
Yeah.
lady on the water fountain?
No.
There was the homeless lady on the water fountain. There was she's literally climbed up on top of this water fountain. She half her head is shaved. She's clearly off on some stuff, and she's washing her pussy in the public water fountain.
Well, she's at least cleaning it up.
At least she's clean.
Yeah, she's keeping it.
So that would
fresh.
knock your number down probably to 750K.
Yeah, I think 750K.
would do it.
Fresh out the water fountain. How much to drink out of the fountain? Now that's the question. That's the question.
If you had to bottle that water and take it home with you, my God, dude.
Sell it
Yeah.
online.
Dude.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass.
No. Find the water fountain, by the way.
There's no amount of
Let's see
money where I would do something like that.
There's
I don't care enough about money to do that.
to do it. You're like,
No.
I'll just pass.
I'll go live in the woods and fucking murder people
it. Yeah.
until I get caught or something. I'm not doing this.
Are you big on the apocalypse? Because it's society's shaking. You got a cachet somewhere, and you're ready to go.
What are you, a fucking cop or something?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just pro apocalypse. I'm like, yeah. it's-
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
this is the guy to talk to.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
But I'm Canadian. I'm not good with guns. That's my fucking weak point on it. Yeah,
Yeah, that is a weak point.
that is. Yeah.
So if
yeah.
you go stockpile a bunch of shit, just know that that's my shit.
That's your shit.
You're
That's-
holding on to that
dude.
for me. Yeah.
One of my buddies is big. He's a big dude. He's an ex-fighter. He fucking is crazy with guns and shit. And he's like, I was like, because we're talking about it. And he's like, oh yeah, no, you don't keep a bunch of stuff. You go take someone else's stuff. That's how you do it.
It is.
Yeah, you go full Viking. When the
Yeah.
shit goes down, you just go Viking.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? But you also want to, be able to collect other people as you go along the way.
Yeah, you useful people.
You want
need
to become a
have skill.
warlord, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it's done.
You need to pick up a skill, something like an engineer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
because
don't-
reviewing people's OnlyFans and after the apocalypse, I don't know.
It's not hot. It's not a hot one, dude. No, if it goes tits up, I'm not high on the requesting thing.
It's like we got doctors, we got engineers. Hey, does anybody got somebody that talks shit
Yeah, dude.
about girls?
Online?
We need a guy to talk. We need someone to talk about this girl's pussy for fucking 2 hours every day.
Hey, you never know, it might come in handy.
It might.
Who knows, man?
But we
Yeah.
have friends, dude, who are raising children and shit like that, where they're buying huge pieces of land,
Yeah.
building houses on it, and
Yeah.
then just in case.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we're going to teach you all the skills, and then if it does pop off out of this, then guess what?
You're gonna be prepared.
Yeah, and my whole family's here.
Yeah.
And I think that's Dan's dream. Isn't that yours, where you want to just buy a shit ton of land and then have people live there who do various skills and not have to worry about it at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That sounds dope, dude. A compound, everyone's taken care of, everyone does their fucking shit. Yeah, and you just look out for each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas Giorgio's is like an Aubrey Marcus, where you want to have the sex cult there.
It's exactly the same, except
I
for we
didn't-
all share love.
I didn't say anything about there not being a sex cult.
But you have to fuck the dudes to establish
don't.
dominance. Yes, you
No,
do.
no.
All of that does.
A weaker man might.
No.
I don't need to fuck dudes to establish dominance. I've established dominance over everybody in this room already.
But
go.
that's the ultimate power move, and that's how you keep everybody in line. Is like, hey,
No, you just
The
I
ultimate
fucked the dude
ultimate
first.
power move is not having to do the ultimate power move. You understand?
I don't think it's possible. I think you've got to establish dominance and cream pie a dude, and then take the women and all that other stuff first, so that way they become like subs to you.
I might do that just for fun.
Yeah,
Let's
because
see,
that's the way it works. Like, have you had anybody in a sex cult or met anybody in a sex cult?
No.
Okay. So what happens is that it's the dude first, right, and then you have all these women.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
There's all these women and this fucking ugly dude. I can't really figure it out. Not in Aubrey Marcus's case. He's a beautiful man, and it's well deserved. His sex
Yes.
cult.
Yeah.
So is Jared Leto's.
Yes.
Very, very well deserved sex cults there. Okay. But there's other dudes who are kind of just hanging out there, and you're like, why are the dudes there?
Yeah.
Well, initially they had to bring their girlfriends
They
or
had
their
to bring the
wives
wives,
or
yes.
whatever, and they were like, oh man, are we all going to be in a sex cult? We can fuck everybody? Like,
Yeah.
this would be fun. This sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
And then they get there, and it's like, no.
Well, you
don't get to fuck the girls.
You give them a taste, but then you slowly or rapidly weed them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
is-
then the ladies are just wrapped
Yeah.
into it. Vice did a thing about it wasn't a sex cult, but they wanted to see how long it would take for them to build a cult, and they did it very fast. They had a guy who was like a yoga teacher, and he would after class he'd be like, if anyone wants to sit and talk about life or philosophy, let me know. And he would play a character, and they quickly got a group of 100 people that were like, this guy's the Messiah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
People just want like someone they can trust, someone they can look up to, and like certainty. That's what all like fucking what's it called, astrology and shit is. It just it gives you a sense that you have control over the unknown. You know who you're supposed to fuck, or no, it tells you who you're supposed to fuck, who you are, what your personality is, like what's gonna happen in the future. That security is very calming to a lot of people, and so like a sex cult, you fucking tell people, hey, we all fucking this thing. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of us. They go, oh my God, I just got to suck this guy's dick, and then I don't have to go worry about my future. You're on board.
Yeah.
But that's the fundamental basis of male-female relations since the beginning of time, right? Like, I'm going to tend to this home and these children and suck his dick, and then I don't have to worry about tigers.
Yes.
Or food or anything. They're providing, you're providing food and everything
It's been a
else.
pretty fucking mutually beneficial deal so far.
Exactly.
I think maybe we should lean back into that a little bit instead of, OnlyFans.
You don't want them selling their pussies out there.
I know. Well, that's the toughest part because I have a daughter, and you're like, dude, I don't want her to grow up and think, you know what? I don't need to do anything but just put my pussy on the internet, and you're like, 100%. Holy shit, dude.
Like, I don't know if I'm gonna have kids. I have no desire to have kids.
How old are you right now?
I'm 31.
Okay.
So I'm up there, and everyone keeps telling me you're gonna have kids, you're gonna want it.
Yeah.
And like my sister has kids, my brother has kids, and and I've always kept that in mind. Like, you might change, but I feel like some people see a family and kids and stuff, and they go, I want that. I want to like meet a person and we travel around, we do stuff and we hang out. But to like raise a little kid, I'm like, nothing about it gets me fucking excited. I'm like, it's so much time and so much work, and I'm like, I don't know.
It is, and when you have them, because I got kids, as soon as you have them, you really like it takes all your time away, so you don't get to do anything. For yourself at all.
And I think.
Yeah, but every meaningful thing you do in life will be in the service of other people.
I agree.
Doing stuff for yourself is the most hollow act you can ever commit.
It's pretty sick, though.
It
fucking rules.
But it rules, though.
For
it rules.
For now, it does. You'll grow out of that. And if you don't, then there's something wrong with you.
Okay,
right?
we'll see.
Well, do you think you're going to have kids then?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's the inverse of like the old Churchill statement that says, if you're young and conservative, you have no heart, and if you're old and liberal, you have no brain. Right?
Yes,
your brain changes over time, as it should. We're just on a different... we're on a different timeline than our forefathers were. We're just doing things later in life now.
But as you get, but I was going to say, because as you get older, it gets harder. Like because then you
not for dudes.
Well, it does
because I have way more expendable income.
It's not that.
It's harder for the woman because her body's fucked up.
It's not that. You got to think about it like plus 18. So it's always plus 18 at that point. Of like, hey, can you go out in the yard? Can you play with your kids? Can you do all the fun shit?
Yeah, I'm not worried
everything
about that.
else.
I'll live forever.
He's gonna be out in there in those woods, dude. He's gonna have like this long gray beard, the immortal man.
I think
he's be a legend.
But the war years have to have taken a lot out, I would say, right?
No.
You don't think so?
No. See, everybody's a fucking bitch now. You know what I mean?
Preach, brother.
If you're like even moderately competent as an adult male in the West these days, you are so far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in the dumbest and most pathetic period in human history. So yeah, maybe my body will start to attack me at some point. I can't plan for that.
Yeah.
But as far as like just I'm not worried about being 70 at all.
Okay.
Because at 70, I'll still be able to beat the shit out of 25-year-olds. Because 25-year-olds by then.
You're just like they're gonna get softer and softer. And softer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude.
Because we're all working from home. Everybody's working from home. Nobody's doing shit.
The average 21-year-old today has the same level of testosterone that a 65-year-old had 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
They're all taking trend with no post-cycle.
Yeah,
That's
so you got to
why.
get on the gas. Yeah, and that's the other part. They're overcorrecting with poor use of anabolic steroids. And they're fucking their hormones up forever. Now.
Yeah.
In the same way that all these women that do these fitness, like, I'm an IFBBXP pro bodybuilder pro. Like, okay, so you took a bunch of fucking steroids and then you paid somebody to. Do you know about this racket?
Oh, yeah.
This, like, the bikini and figure competitions and all this stuff?
100%.
They fucking pay for everything.
Yep.
The woman does. The woman pays the organization to let her walk around on stage and then maybe win a fucking medal that she also paid for.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the whole, and she pays for these, like, $1,000 fucking bikinis with rhinestones and shit all over them.
Yeah.
And the spray tans.
Yep.
And a coach. And then a posing coach to show them how to fucking twirl. And it's nothing. It's nothing.
It is.
It's nothing. There's no organization. It's not like a fucking baseball, like, I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nothing. You funded the whole goddamn thing. It's the dumbest shit of all time, and they fucking do it all the time.
All the time.
Where does the money come from? Where they just have to
From their fucking job as an esthetician, I guess.
Yes.
Because that's what.
So one of my very first gigs in LA, I hosted one in Redondo Beach.
Yeah.
And it was like, to the stage here is Tamalia, whatever the fuck her name is.
And she comes out and fucking just ripped as shit.
Well, the weird thing is like you go. So I had to go back. I don't know if I've ever told the story, but
you can't always tell them by the way they look, by the way, and clothes, but you can always hear the squeak in the voice from the extra testosterone.
Yeah, they start to get that rumble, that graveliness in it. Yeah.
But there's a stink too. So like, so backstage,
it's called keto crotch.
Yeah. So you had
what?
Oh yeah,
bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting.
When you go into ketosis like that, it isn't just your fucking face hole that stinks. It's all your holes.
So I didn't even know ketosis makes your mouth stink.
Yeah, that's what ketones are. Like that's ketones right there. And this thing right here, this is ketones.
Yeah.
If you can take a sip later, you probably don't want to. I mean, this is a very
it works
good
and it's amazing.
It's amazing, but it doesn't taste great.
Okay.
And that's just what your breath will taste like if you're in constant ketosis.
Okay, and you're not supposed to be in constant ketosis.
Oh. You can be, as long as you're not in ketoacidosis or anything.
Okay.
Well, your pussy and your dick and balls will stink and all your things, right? So I go back.
There's side effects, is the point.
They are, yeah. So I go back and I have no idea what this world is. I thought it was gonna be fun and like Schwarzenegger and all this stuff,
pumping iron.
I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be dope as fuck.
Yeah.
And so I go there, I do the sound check, and they had like a teleprompter and all that stuff, and I did it. And then they were like, hey, so you got to wait backstage with everybody and then go up. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got to watch them before they started. So Dan's right. So they have like racks of clothes and shit like that that are some other company.
And they're spray tanned so heavily that they can't move. They're just like kind of standing there.
And they don't want to rub off on anything.
And they're blacker than you. They spray tan them like chocolate. Bob could probably
so the
pull
muscles
photo.
pop on the fucking on
They're supposed to look like a bronze statue, right? That's kind of like the idea. Yeah.
But like you'll see like a white woman's face and the rest of her is black. It's like Gary Coleman where you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Lightweight, baby.
And so you can smell all the spray tan. You can smell like the fucking keto pussies and all that other stuff. They're shooting up, and then you're watching them tape these bikinis on. Some of them are gluing it on with actual super glue so it doesn't move, so you can show other stuff. And then they're barefoot, and so that spray tan, the barefoot, the thing, and you're starting to sweat now.
There's
a bunch of people back there. You're getting ready to go on stage and everything else.
And just stinks.
That stink lives with me forever, dude.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
These are women right here.
Forever.
It's bad.
Here we go.
Just in the back.
That's it right
gagging.
there.
Yeah, these are all, the one from the right, I'm not sure.
We'll zoom in on the face, Bob. Go to the one on the left, for example, right? So the other thing that I noticed, and this is what they told me backstage.
They get Skeletor head.
Correct. Because they completely dehydrate.
Yeah.
They dehydrate like it's like they're cutting weight for a UFC championship. And you're just like, yo, what the fuck?
Because they want to look lean as fuck. Like they need to look abnormally, ungodly lean so that they can see every last definition.
Yeah, so they go full Clint trend on the back end the last 4 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking nothing. There's no fat. All they eat is like white rice and fucking salmon and shit.
And just that's
but here's the other racket
miserable.
of this. They've got a food person that sells them all the food.
Oh yeah.
They got the spray tan people who does all the spray tan, the clothing people who does all the clothing.
But the vast
people.
and there's a handful of women who through sponsorships and shit, or maybe through their social media, make money off of it.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of the people who participate in this
are shit.
spending money.
Yes.
No, they're not making anything. It's not that they're not making any money. They're spending thousands of dollars a year to be judged by assholes.
I didn't know that this was such a racket.
It's huge,
it gets
dude.
dark.
I thought it was just like chicks want to be muscular and they're like, well, I might as well challenge myself and go for a walk or do these
That's
things.
exactly what you should do. If you want a nice ass, nice shoulder caps, a nice back if you're a woman, whatever you want to do, go do it.
Yep.
But don't pay somebody fucking $20,000 over the course of 5 years to fucking feed and judge you. Just do it. Just fucking
do it. Dude.
So I knew one of the girls who did it from college, right?
Yeah.
And so she had all the pictures, all the thing, and she was spray paint like, and she posted all over Facebook and all that other shit, right?
Yeah.
And so I hit her up and I go, hey, and I told her the story. I was like, I used to host one of the things. I was like, just out of curiosity, because she was super smart, and I know she makes a lot of money and all this other shit in real life. And I was like, just out of curiosity, why would you do this? And she goes, you know what? I know the racket that you're talking about, but she goes, I just wanted to do it once.
Yeah.
To see what it was like. She goes, kind of like a marathon.
Yeah.
Like running a marathon.
I know a lot of chicks that did that too, and they're not the ones that end up spending a bunch of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the other ones who stay addicted to it and start showing up at other, they're like, oh, I got to go to the Sacramento one.
Yeah.
Or the Fresno competition.
And you're like, why? What are you getting out of it?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
You end up in a Marriott hotel in fucking Lubbock, Texas, and you're like,
Jesus Christ,
I can't put the cowboy hat on. And then you're going down to JBR, obviously John Benet Ramsey type sitch where you're just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing pageants? It's essentially a pageant for adults.
Yeah,
at
for
that
grown
point.
ass women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it, man.
That's so weird.
I'm sure there's a male equivalent to this. But we spend most of our time on like fantasy football and dumb shit like
No,
that.
but there is dudes who do this too that will never
but
be
not
There'll
straight
never
ones.
be any.
everything. So like I've known dudes who have done it too for the same exact reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but this is for dudes, for the ones that are actually good at it. It's a feeder system for the bigger tournaments, like Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympia, and shit.
Yeah.
So there's a goal to get towards for the dudes, I guess, in that regard. It's but it's only the cream of the crop that makes it. But
It is.
But that's like you could accuse a minor league baseball player of falling into that same trap.
Okay,
frankly,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But for women, it ends right there.
That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's like, I don't understand.
I guess maybe you train someone. I don't know, but then you're just
Yeah,
getting into the
you just
racket
become.
yourself.
It's like fucking being a goddamn Mary Kay salesman.
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
pyramid scheme now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now,
you're just-
but you're the top of it.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, hey, do you want to win the competition?
Yeah.
I won the competition.
worry.
Here's how you do it, dude. Let's get wet.
I'll get you. Let's
You spend
get
20
wet.
grand in 5 years doing this tournament, and then you make 20 grand a year after that, I guess.
Ugh.
They should just pitch it that way.
This is a dark world that I didn't know existed, man.
You're
Yeah, all
welcome.
these-
You're welcome.
Dude,
Listen to
But
it.
it has had some nice, like the muscle mommy thing has become a nice benefit of that. Because there are a
Yeah,
lot of
dude.
women who are just ordinary women who want to fucking live their lives, but they want to be fucking in shape and they look hot. So-
Yeah, dude.
Pop that pick up one more time, Bob, for chat. 2 of those guys are white.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, the 2 middle ones.
The two middle ones?
Yep.
Oh shit.
And the other ones are actually
Not
black.
true.
I think it's maybe just the one.
Just the the third guy.
This
Just
guy's
the third
maybe
guy?
like-
Zoom in.
Zoom in. I think there's 2 honkies
No,
in the middle.
I know
Computer
who that-
enhanced.
Center
I'm
left.
familiar with his work. He's black.
That guy.
That
That,
guy
guy's
is-
got to be.
He is not black.
This gentleman's
Yes.
white.
No.
that guy
definitely-
looks
That guy's
white.
white.
He's
Yeah.
white. Guy next to him's black.
That guy's got to
What's
be
his
black.
name?
He's
I'm
got
blanking
black
on his name, but
features.
he's been doing a lot of like podcasts recently. He's a black dude.
Okay.
And one of the big ones just died. He was like 35 years old.
No way.
Yeah, I read about it last
Who,
week.
Jay Color?
I forget his
No,
name.
he's still alive.
Yeah, Jay Cutler's still
Jay
kicking,
Cutler's still
yeah.
alive. I forget his name, but he just passed away like a week or 2 ago, Bob. And I read about it.
that young guy.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. He wasn't really a competitive guy, but he was a big social media
Huge,
star.
yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Lindner.
Yeah.
At 30. he
How
died
does this dude
in
like
July.
it?
Aesthetics. If you didn't know him, he was very famous for the spider chest, where he would like flex his chest muscles, and he would call it like the alien twitch.
Yeah. He did die super young, and like, what was it? What did he?
Heart attack.
Was it heart attack?
Yeah, of course it was a fucking heart attack. Fuck else would it
Joe
be?
was a legend and a great dude, and just like had awesome hair.
Yeah, he did have great hair, but he
Yeah.
was like obviously fucking juicing like crazy.
Yeah. And that's the only way
Yeah,
to get
that's
there.
him. Yeah, dude.
It's hard to have great hair on juice, too. So, like, he probably even had better hair than that because you lose your hair on,
Yeah,
the
dude.
juice like that. So,
No, that stuff is wild, man. It's everywhere, and it's so easy to get. It's so,
Steroids?
Yeah, steroids are so easy to get.
you ever thought about doing it? Popping a cycle?
I don't know. Maybe like I think about like the TRT stuff when you get older. Like getting into that would be like I think that kind of makes sense. You keep your testosterone levels good. I've heard that HGH when you get older is also good for you. That it like helps it like prevent certain cancers and stuff like that.
So, we're on TRT now, but
Yeah.
because if you'll know, by
Wait,
the
how
way.
old are you guys?
I'm 33.
You're 33.
But, what? Yep. Tender age of 33. Same age as Jesus Christ. And nobody really knows
50
my age.
into that. I'm 42.
No, 46.
I'm 42. Yeah.
42,
Yeah,
46.
46, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are like I think like I'm 31. I think be too.
But you heard
early.
what I said before, right?
What's that?
Like for somebody that's 30, over 30 now, you have the same testosterone as an 80-year-old.
So you think I should get on it?
I think you should go get
Go checked.
levels
Get
checked.
checked?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So what happened to me was I just fucking crashed, man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
It's weird brain fog, and I felt like I could just never wake up. And
Yeah.
like I started drinking. This is a true story. I told on the show. We actually brought a doctor on.
Yeah.
I started drinking like 5-6 cups of coffee a day. And I was like, man, I just cannot
I
fucking
can't
get
do it,
back there. And I went to my family physician, and I got tested, and they were like, no, you're fine. You're 40, I think it was 403 or 405
low.
or something like that.
But it's not though. So the
Well, they
acceptable
told me-
range is like 385 or higher. 385 to 850, I think, is what they'll consider an acceptable range.
Yeah, and I was like, or at the time, it was 400 to, I think, like 900 was the highest or something like that or whatever. And they're like, no, you're fine. And I was like, but I'm like 403. I'm like 3 points over it. And they were like,
Yeah.
you just don't qualify for it under insurance. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about the insurance. I can pay for it.
Yeah.
But what's going on here? And I talked to him, and then there's a guy named Dr. Frank that we all went to, and he was the one who was like, no. And so I started taking it, and you noticed it immediately.
Yeah.
And it's not like you get jacked or anything.
You just are awake.
I
and
guess
able
if
to
you
do
overdo it, if you did double the dosage or
Well,
something,
yeah,
you
'cause-
could.
No,
but-
you still got to work out to get muscle.
Yeah.
Jacked,
You're not
yeah.
you're not gonna get muscle, but it'll make you tight. And then as far as HGH goes, you could probably avoid pure HGH until your 50s, if I'm correct about that.
Yeah.
There's a compound called sermorelin that makes your body produce more natural
Yeah.
HGH, and you should start with that.
You just
Okay.
gotta eat clean like my guy Sam Solik.
That's no gas. That's just clean living right there, buddy.
21, I think, and already out of breath every time he talks.
Yeah. He's on so
Jesus.
much trend. He's just like,
That's fucking scary,
Yeah.
bro.
Fucking awesome.
But he looks fucking incredible. Like,
All gas, no break.
no,
yeah.
this is like a fucking the same thing with the magazine for women back in the day. They see like Hemsworth or fucking what's that dick's name that played Superman?
oh fuck.
Henry Cavill.
Henry
Henry Cavill,
Cavill.
yeah.
They see him all beefed up or whatever. It's like, yeah, he worked out for 3 months or 3 to 6 months to put on that muscle, and then for the last 3 weeks before filming, he did clean and trend the whole time.
Yeah.
And ate no food.
Yeah.
Right. And then he looked like that for about 13 days.
And that-
And
yeah.
then he went back to a normal looking dude after that.
Yeah.
You can't just walk around looking like that all the time.
No,
You're gonna
it-
fucking die,
It's
dude.
so fucking hard to maintain that.
Eating
shit.
like fucking 6,500 calories a day, or in the Rock's case, when the Rock's bulking up, he eats 15,000 calories a day.
15,000 calories a day.
There's no way I could eat
No,
that
Yeah.
no,
much.
they're putting fucking the shots in your neck and your ass
Yeah.
and your legs, every fucking.
They're waking
where.
that motherfucker up at 4 a.m. to
Seriously,
feed him.
he
And
wakes-
he goes back to bed.
Yeah, he
That's
wakes up to
fucking
eat and then
crazy.
goes back to bed.
That's
it's like, fuck that.
crazy.
That's miserable, dude.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
the fuck
Miserable.
wants to do that?
I remember I ran into Chris Evans at a birthday party with a friend of mine, and
Yeah.
I asked him, and I go, "Hey, dude, how is it? Playing Captain America?" He goes, "It's fucking working out, man. It
Yeah,
sucks.
it's
He goes,
just all
miserable.
working out all the
It's
time.
miserable." He goes, "I can't wait till this is over." And I
Oh,
was just like,
fuck.
he liked the role, obviously, and all the cool shit,
and the
but
money
like,
and
money.
the pussy. Yeah. Like those are great perks, dude.
But to stay on it, because those goddamn movies shoot for like 8 months.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not a quick thing where you're like, all right, great.
Yeah.
I can shred down, shoot this in 3 months.
Well,
and
they
be
shoot
done
all
with my
the
life.
they
Yeah.
shoot all the shirt off scenes all at the same time.
Yeah, so they can just get them done because it's like we know we.
Then he wears a bodysuit after that.
Yo, is that what it is? Yeah. With the one that's gonna be fucked up now is Hugh Jackman.
Oh, because he was doing it like crazy.
Well, he was in the middle of, but he was doing it crazy, but he was doing it the way you should, right?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't get out of there. The problem was he came back to do Deadpool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the strike happened. And they were in the middle of shooting. So, like, dude,
So yeah,
he's
so-
got to go, and he's in his 50s.
Yeah, so for him to be able to like get out of shape and back in shape, that kind of shape where you're like shredded.
Yep.
Hopefully they already shot those scenes, so he doesn't have to be too shredded.
The
Yeah.
good news is he's divorcing his wife, and he can finally be the out gay man we all expected. him to
Oh,
be this
everyone
whole time.
says he's gay. That's
Yeah.
what everyone says.
And it's like, I expect gay dudes to look good.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they're
Yeah.
about
So
that.
fucking get after it, guy.
There's another rumor I heard. This was a hairdresser. I was working on set of something. She said Will Smith, gay, fully gay, and Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper is not only gay, but Bradley Cooper, like, he was like the fuck toy of some big producer, and like that was a way. Obviously, he's a great actor, but he like opened up a lot of doors for him.
No shit.
Especially
Yeah.
the back door.
Yeah, sure did.
The poop shoot.
Sure did. No, Will Smith that would be a shocker to me. I always heard they were a swingers couple.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he didn't want to do it initially, but she did.
Oh, she seems like an awful, horrible succubus to be around.
Yeah, and
So-
then he started getting in movies with girls that he could fuck, like Margot Robbie and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And then some pictures got leaked to the two of them out together, like
Wait,
real.
him and Margot?
Oh yeah, Bob, pull
No
up Will
way.
Smith and Margot Robbie, like drunk. Just type in the word drunk or something like that.
They were out fucking smashing. I'd pay money to see that.
They've
shit.
done like 2 movies together, 3 movies
Yeah,
together,
yeah.
and you're like, why are you always
What's
working with Margot Robbie? And you're like, yeah. starting to get wasted towards the end of the night, you know?
Yeah, dude. And he's just fucking piping her down. That
But
was good.
Jada's getting piped down, and
Well, I think he calls it getting jiggy with it.
Oh, God. There's no way we can end on that today. There's
fucking-
absolutely no way we can end on that joke
That's
today.
not allowed. Not
No,
allowed.
No, not allowed.
Dude, Jada fucking her son's friend is one of the most like, and her like justifying it and then talking about it on whatever her like red table thing is one of the most fucking psychopath things I've ever fucking.
And then sitting your husband down to talk to him about it too,
That's
of like
fucked.
about the entanglement, whatever
Yes.
the fucking bullshit was. Like, imagine that whole shit.
It's a
going
struggle session.
Yeah.
It's like trying to get somebody to admit that communism's good.
down. Right.
They might say it, but you can see in their eyes they don't believe it.
I think the Tupac thing fucked her up.
The Tupac thing fucked her up, but here's what I think. It's like Tupac, real gangster motherfucker. Tupac is like he's fucking out there in the streets selling drugs. Like he's a hard dude.
Yeah.
Will Smith, not a hard dude.
No.
If a girl starts coming around and she wants to be like my girl and her past is like run around with thugs, I'm like, I'm not cut out to handle you.
Yeah.
You know, you go, some thug dude will handle you. You'll fuck my life up. I know my capability. I know where I stop. I've never fucking killed a man. I've never been out in these streets selling drugs to survive. And if the chicks who are running around that world are gonna work me, dude,
Yeah.
I'm like, I know me.
Nothing you can do about that.
No,
Yeah.
no.
And in the Tupac doc that just came out on FX that I watched, the opening scene, it's shot. I don't know who directed it, but it was amazing. The opening monologue of this fucking thing to get you into the Tupac doc was, yeah, man. So they were fucking with us in this car, and then Tupac just takes his gun, goes out, gets on one knee, waits for this guy to run away, and then fucking blows him away. And you're just like, oh shit, dude!
Yeah.
I didn't know Tupac was killing people.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I had no idea.
Dude, growing up in the hood in Compton, when Compton like is super fucked, and like that's your life, like it's like growing up in a third world country or something like that, in like a war area, like it's fucked. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I know, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's just too much for Will Smith to handle, man.
Yes, and I think him trying to compete with Tupac, like it's just too much.
Yes, I know.
I mean, they're polar opposites.
Yeah.
You had a guy who didn't even swear in his raps, dancing like this.
Exactly.
To Tupac shirtless, smoking weed, fucking girls in
I
bathrooms all
fucked
day.
your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. God damn.
Dude, thanks for being here today. Now's the point of the show we get to this thing called the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
I'll give it to my dad, man. My dad, he said something to me when I was a kid that changed my perspective of who I was. When I was growing up, I had like no inspiration to do anything or was completely unmotivated. It wasn't until I started doing stand-up that I was like, started working hard at something. And I was like, I'm going to crush this. I'm going to work hard at this. I'm going to fucking be great at this. And when I started doing that, I remember something my dad said to me when, because I would come home from school, I wouldn't do any of my homework, and I just fucking would chill. And he's like, every day you come home from school, you throw your bag in the corner, and you get C's. Imagine who you could be if you tried. And that rung in my head when I started doing stand-up. I was like, I'm actually going to apply myself and see what can happen. And so far, it's been working out.
And it was just to a different field. You know,
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
hey, dude, something you were interested in and everything else.
Just apply yourself.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Speaking-
Tell everybody where they can find
Well,
you.
speaking of the stand-up, you're in. This comes out
Yes.
Sunday, so it'll be past the North Carolina one. But you're next month, 19th.
I'm in.
19th, you're in Columbia, Missouri. Then you're in St. Louis that weekend. Then you're in Pennsylvania the following weekend, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then Denver as well.
Yeah.
So if you live in any of those places.
And if you guys are in Boston, my big show coming. This is the biggest show I've ever done. Yeah, we got the Wilbur in Boston on January 14th. That is going to be fucking sick. All the floor seats already sold out on that, so it looks like we're going to sell that guy out.
Sweet.
Very excited for it.
That's amazing. Congratulations on all your success. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Find me on all platforms at Durena. That's CHEDURENA. You can find my tour dates at chedurena.com, and you can also find me at Little Dinky News on Twitch and Kick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little Dinky News.
Little Dinky News.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right on.
Big fan, man.
Thank you, man.
Been following you for years, and we appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you guys having me
Yeah,
on.
man.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Absolutely. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.